And then it is actually more personal than professional. I wanted to be in North, and getting my parents getting aged. I'm from Himachal, so I took this call and realized that if you fix the top priority of your life and go with that, the second and the third will automatically fall into place actually. So I went with that and said, okay, I want to be in North. So believe me, it took me 1 year really. My spouse is here. She also works with Infosys. She was here in Infosys in 2006 and I came in 2007. Nearly after 18 months, I was alone in Mumbai and it took me that much time actually to decide. But today when I look back, I don't regret whatever knowledge I picked up from L&T, the manufacturing processes, the technology know-how, all that has been very well used today in Infosys scheme of things. While I've never coded in my life, but that it makes me very easy to talk to customers because the experience I have gathered there and understanding of how business is run there.
Okay. So, Vikas, if you look at Infosys, it has very vastly and very quickly adapted to technological advancements. So, what is that one thing that that Infosys does exceptionally well in terms of innovation or culture that you think other companies should definitely learn from?
See, we will not be able to do it as fast as Jyoti Kumarji can do within 2 minutes. So it takes for us a lot of time. The technologies have been changing and it keeps changing, right? You guys talk about, listen to my colleagues talk about AI today, AI, blockchain, cloud compute, edge compute, and what not, right? Mobility is the name of the game nowadays. Right? The technology keeps changing and there's a life. So when you ask me innovation and culture, I think both. The software aspect of it, I'm sure Simran will, because she's an author, she will relate to this, is that, see, unless the culture of the organization is very strong, whatever innovation you try to bring in, you will mostly fail. The company Infosys has that strong culture and the values. When Mr. Murthy formed it, since then to now, we wanted to be the most respected organization in the world, then to be the most fastest growing actually. We have a purpose. The purpose is to amplify human potential, and we really stick to that. So there are a lot of opportunities now coming to the innovation part. A lot of opportunities which are given to individuals. It is done at all the levels. It is done at the team level, the individual level, the project level, the unit level, the geo level, and a culture that there is a scope and role for everyone. Very important actually. Like we keep talking about AI, it's a very big market jargon. A lot of us, believe me, because I'm a techie, a lot of us might not even know what AI is, but I'm 100% sure that all of you here sitting here can answer questions on AI, okay? Despite knowing that deeply. So the role and the scope of AI sliced into executable action items that get assigned to each and every individual in Infosys. And that's how we move forward, that's how we are able to adapt faster. I do not know whether some of you know here or not, but being an Indian multinational, you should know, we should take pride as Indians that we have the biggest, Asia's biggest university. When I say university means not to the Ritu ma'am sitting here, not the Punjabi university kind, but the university which is the corporate university. Okay? 10,000 people can be trained at any point of time in one shot. Right? We have 100 rooms, every room having a capacity of 100 people in Mysore. Right? The KGF movies, if some of you have seen, the shooting of that has been done in the Mysore campus of Infosys. This campus is bigger than the actual Mysore palace actually. Okay? Because I have seen both, so I am telling you that. And beyond that also, from the perspective of this learning, Ritika, one great thing Infosys is doing today is democratizing this knowledge. When I say democratizing, we have copied whatever we have, or I'm using a simpler word so that we understand, I'm not getting into the technical aspect of it. The copied the books, you can say, the digital books in a frame so that others in India can learn from that, right? The innovation aspect of it which you are referring to. And we have opened it free of cost to anyone from 11 years to 21 years of age. So people can learn behavioral, technical, program management, all those skills. Today when we talk about it, there are 93 lakhs students, right, are enrolled into this. There are 23 states. We go to the chief minister and the education minister. Through that we bring it down, and they are enrolled, and that is how we are democratizing the knowledge, and that is how we ourselves are able to stay closer to the technologies, able to adapt faster. Otherwise, the change is continuous, right? We all understand it. Right? So we will not be able to survive in this business. Forget about me, anyone in the media and entertainment also, right? If they have to change the stories after every 2 minutes, as Ritika was saying, right? You will not be able to survive. The agility is must.
So I still remember when we were being hired, I completed my engineering 20 years ago. So Infosys was the only company which identified that the hiring pattern has to be based on skill and adaptability of the individuals. And the kind of training program that would happen at Mysore was, to be able to serve global clients. That was the training program, and I think it was way ahead of its time. No other company was doing that kind of training program. So, when we talk about tech innovation, we normally think about Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune. But I think Chandigarh Tri-City is also slowly and quietly building its own story. You are running a global IoT business, a services business from Chandigarh. I'm sure that would come with its own share of challenges. So what have been your learnings running a global business from a tier 2 city?
Very interesting question, and very difficult also actually from the perspective. For the people sitting here, because I realize the audience, they might not know the difference between IT and IoT. Let me clarify that first before I talk about this in a little more details.
I think 50% of them know.
They know? Okay. Then I'll not get into that. Thank you, Vivek sir, on this. So yes, it is very difficult. When I started IoT business, it's my line function, right? I have two roles in that organization. One is I'm of course the center head, and the other line function, the main business function is I head Infosys IoT business globally. It's a big team, 10,000 people worldwide, 50 countries. Not an easy job. But when we ideated it, conceptualized it, established it in Infosys, it took me a lot of time, a lot of effort to do it from tier to city. The reason is Chandigarh connectivity is poor from the international, and first thing which we did is we created teams, their leadership here. We have time, 2 minutes, or I can cut short it quickly, whatever you suggest. 2 minutes. Then I'll make it quite crisp. Then second is created show and tell in the campus, so that customers can come in. As Pratap was saying, you thought leadership, right? You have to be closer to the customer. When customers come in, they can see actually what we are really doing. Third is, what we did is we created use cases, we call in our technical language, how they really operate for that particular customer. Like we were talking about your spouse who's in Striker, right? So they are also our customers, right? So Striker, what Striker does when they visit us, can I demonstrate that yes, I do understand your industry. That's how business will flow in slowly. Now, we also started looking at the Horizon 3 technology. Some of you have heard about it, the software-defined vehicle. The day will come, there will be nothing except electronics, right, in the car, in the wheels, of course. So now the era is 5 years away from now, but I am working on it now so that I can do it from Chandigarh. Right? I have a lot of options. I can do it from a lot of other campuses, but I personally want to do it from Chandigarh. So that's how we have done it. Looking at time, I'll cut short.
Good one.
So I have one last question. How can the techies not talk about AI? So a last question. So the impact of AI is evident on the job market. We know recently Intel announced a lot of layoffs, and definitely the entry-level jobs are being impacted across industries. So what do you think our colleges and universities need to do to better equip our students for this fast evolving AI-driven world?
This is a very important question, which should be closer to hearts of all of us, because we are finally Indians, right? So what is happening is AI is going to change the whole demographics of how the job market is in coming days, years itself. Okay? And it is unfortunate that some of our government institutes, right, we talk about IITs or NIITs, right, they're still struggling to pick up what is really needed to get involved. What is relevant? When I say, normally we say in our language, right, being relevant to the business. So if you really see some of the good institutes, I will not name all of them, but some which are our near vicinity, they have picked up AI as courses. I know a lot of them because I keep meeting them. From the top institutes, NIT Surattal last year picked up AI course. So what has to be done? Keep looking at her, that I'll keep it again. Chris, is that first of all, industry and academia consortium has to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Then what has to happen is industry leaders. It is happening. It's not that it is not happening, but the scale has to really go up. So the industry leaders have to be invited into the colleges, universities, and it is vice versa also. Right? Academia also has to come to industry to understand what is really happening. Second is they need to create labs. A lot of colleges have created, but there's a long way to go. They have to create labs. Functional is a good word. Functional labs. And third is the deeper understanding of AI. AI is not a technology, friends. Right? AI is the way it is normally used in the loose language. AI is not a technology. If you look at AI only from the technology perspective, we are going to lose this battle. AI has to be seen comprehensively from the technology perspective, from the business perspective. I normally call it functional, the business and the functional perspective. Once you create the use cases together, right, then it is going to deliver. Pratap beautifully said this, and I'm going to repeat what he said in different language. The way software world is moving, software was being seen as software as a service. The world is moving towards software service as a software, reverse, because the AI is going to shorten the life cycles of the software development. So that all the utilities will be done as part of softwares. But a lot of work has to be done in this area. I was talking to Ritu ma'am earlier before this session, and a lot of universities, colleges have not picked it up. Actually, I'm seeing struggle because I am talking to so many of them. Really lag. And it is going to impact our market. Our youngsters will not be able to get deployed. They will be lulling the market. I can tell you, this is my personal projection. The market will go this way, it will come down and again go up. So 2-3 years we are in a deeper problem actually.
So that skill gap will definitely be there. Okay, so thank you so much guys.